Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. Here comes the legend, the bravest of brave. Fiercer than lions, more southern than you. He's conquered our hearts, and he'll conquer hell too. Joe Hughes.
One evening as the sun went down and our cooking coals were glowing, down the path came a party hiking, and they said, folks, we're all going. We're yearning for a portal far away in a tavern full of shouting. So join us, friends, and let's descend deep into Under Mountain, deep into Under Mountain. There run dungeons hot and cold, where the monsters surge and pushes, and the youngest runes are old, where the mimics all lie waiting, and the goblin werebats roost, all the wisps and wasps and the mezzo lost, the hidden pit where we'll all plummet deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, all our blades will sing like choirs, as our arrows strike like drum beats, and our green flame pops and pyres. Our barbarian will stomp a brood as the rogues dance shadow play. Oh, we're sworn to go at a great tempo. We'll chant our spells as we now delve deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, you'll always find new gear, and your old mundane accoutrement can be handed down, don't fear. The magic items you'll attune and the artifacts you'll find. There's armor with gems and weird potions and a propeller hat that lets you ascend deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, the mad wizard stood gates so folks can open portals. He left clues to activate. He has a thing for puzzles and he likes to throw his voice. We're going to delve to where he dwells, to the lowest tower, to seek his power deep into Under Mountain. I'll see you there, the lowest lair, deep into Under Mountain. Green glass screen, placing blocks by hand, it's the hills extreme. Have you ever seen a yo's expand? Grown and shown up with your demands, yeah. Everybody subscribe, Sean Hills is here to promote his bro live. Placing blocks all over the place, all powered by a vegan with jump boost and haste, brother. I'll watch him let's play and excavate with Joe, all the views I'll say it. Binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft, Joe. Go binge watch, 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 Joe. Joe. Stream it. Fill in your gaps, check live feeds and load up Hermitcraft. Watch it on any size screen. Back it up to clone redstone machines just building. With dry concrete powder, wetting it down for a much smoother towel. Cause on this tube there's only one server. The whitelist is closed, so don't inquire further. Neighboring players compete on their stores. Hermitcrafters you love with improv rapport, you just binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft, binge watch, Hermitcraft, Joe. Go binge watch, 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 Joe. Viewers, you better click subscribe because today we're building that hype. Comment, your praises don't fail. Sean Hill's on a roll with Hermitcraft details, singing out loud the way it should be sung with the Nashville sound that you like for fun. You know it's live now like a Hermitcrafter. Read the description, tweet about it after. The hour of the Hermit is nigh.
churning out videos y'all will like. Binge watch Hermitcraft. Binge watch Hermitcraft. Binge watch Hermitcraft. Yo. Go binge watch, 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 yo. Binge watch Hermitcraft. Binge watch Hermitcraft. Binge watch Hermitcraft. Go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, yo. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. We are returning from Rendog's little biome. I was hoping to be there for a 2-hour Hermits Helping Hermits stream earlier today. We're going to try and do those every Monday at about that time, which is about 6 hours ago. But let's talk about why I wasn't there. Theoretically, it was a good use of my time, but we'll have to find out. So, the technician from my ISP was able to come out today directly during that time window, sadly. And so the person inspected my router, and technically it's a modem, but it's also a router. Didn't find anything immediately wrong with it, but decided to swap it out just in case. He checked the line for noise and found that somewhere there was a bad splice somewhere in the building. But he also found that there was a problem with like the local network node upstream. So like the community node was apparently having some sort of crazy interference at around 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night on the days that I was streaming that I was having problems. So he was pretty sure that it wasn't my router causing that interference. But what he thinks it was is the combination of the bad splice on my the bad splice on like the in my unit cable, combined with the interference on the network node. Like, it was making it hard for my router to overcome the problems with the signal to noise ratio that the community node was having. Basically, he said that by fixing the splice in my unit, he thinks that the noise floor should change enough that even if the community node has problems again, it might not be as extreme. So, like, because, I've got 30 megabits a second upload, and it's been going down to, like, half a megabit a second. That's like a 1/60th. It was basically reducing my bandwidth by 59/60ths, if you will, upstream. So even if we have the problem upstream still occasionally, it shouldn't be this severe. for me in particular. And this might be why, like the two things together. No, not like a hacking event. Like, interference on the line from, like, people plugging in stuff they're not supposed to, or, like, an old router that's, like, partially fried could be sending out noise into the community node. So what he's hoping is that I might never have this problem again. The second possibility, though, is I might have this problem again, but one of the issues with the community node, like, line noise stuff, is they have to send out, like, one of the crews with, like, a bucket truck to possibly inspect lines in the sky, or or like people who open up, like, the community node boxes on the ground. So they have to, like, deploy a crew to go look at that. The incidents like this, since they only last about an hour, if you don't catch it while they're happening, you can't necessarily tell where the problem's coming from. So I was given a phone number. Don't spam the same question, Chippy. If I didn't answer it the first time, it's because you could Google it, or it wasn't a good question. In that case, it was because you could Google it. Well, the thing is, McAdoo, I'm paying for business class internet, and so they can only screw with me so much, basically. So the thing is that I now have a phone number for the local maintenance team that I can text them if there's anything if it seems like I'm having upstream problems that are the same as this. Yeah, a bucket truck is like a truck with one of those buckets on the like pneumatic hinge arms or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, so I missed the stream today because it took a lot longer than I was hoping for this to be sorted out. But in theory, it's either entirely fixed, or we at least are one step away from fixing it, because once the guys on the maintenance teams, which are like the people responsible for the community nodes, like the upstream nodes for the ISP, like, if they can get to the upstream node during one of these events, it's trivial for them to sort it out. Like, it should be stupidly obvious what the problem is, but there's not sufficient logging on those nodes in order for them to figure it out after the fact. Like, they don't record enough information about everything all the time to be able to just go look through logs and sort it. So that's the new plan. We hope that the splice repair fixed it, and if the splice repair didn't fix it enough, we will call the local maintenance crew to have them directly go check the upstream node. I don't know what the official name for the upstream node is. He kept calling it the upstream node or the community node. He said on average they have about 50 different, like, routers connecting to them. But he also said that each of those peers usually with, like, 5 other community nodes to go, like, to the next node up. And he said in extreme cases, like, sometimes if one of those 5 nodes at the community level is misbehaving so much, significantly enough, it can even impair the other 4 nodes that share it. But he said that share the same, like, parent above it. But he said that's pretty unlikely. So we've got it narrowed down to 1 of 5 devices is what they need. Well, we know which one they would check next if it recurs. And then from there, they can say, is this a downstream problem? Is one of my peer internet users plugging in a bad router or something that's wrecking the network? Or is it one of the peer nodes? Or is it this node itself? We'll figure it out. What is World Water Day? Well, happy World Water Day to you. Here is a Wikipedia article about it. Okay. But next Monday, I should be able to join the Hermit Hangout helpers, or whatever it ends up being called. So that should be fun. Okay. Now, I'm not sure yet who we're going to be helping next week, but that was fun, even though I couldn't stay for very long to pop in and help Ren a little bit with his biome. What are we doing this stream? Oh, boy. We have a lot to do. How much of it will get done? Unclear. We were working on that yesterday a little bit. We need white concrete powder, I think, to continue finishing that off. In terms of stuff that, like, I would consider, like, a must-complete item for wrapping this episode, though, we really need to get back to the food court. Like, I've been working on this stuff just because it was annoying me while I was brainstorming about the food court, but at a certain point, the episode will only be done if we work on the food court and the area around outside of it. Because we were supposed to be stealing ideas from Corrales and Cleo about, like, benches and stuff for the path between the food court and the outdoor eating area. And overlook and whatnot. Also, one thing I've been doing today a little bit is I started watching that that show, what's it called? Hold on. So, yeah. Yeah, wait. It's called For All Mankind. And I started reading it because May Dean, the author of Real Life Comics, had a comic recommending it. And if somebody had told me, hey, it's basically a show about the Russians trolling the United States in the 1960s into spending progressively more and more large quantities of money on the space program, like, I would have been like, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's for me. Alternative history shows can be kind of grating, and, like, I like stuff about space, but, like, if it's stuff about NASA, it really has to feel a certain way or it gets on my nerves. But then, like, also, Tom Lehrer is in it, and I'm like, okay, I'm back on board. I am sold. So yeah, I was super dubious because the problem is when a show is about things I like, I get really nitpicky. But, like, this is a show about things I like, but done in a way that particularly amuses me. So good job to whoever made For All Mankind. I haven't Googled that, but I'm like 3 episodes in or so, maybe 4, because I had it on while I had to move a whole bunch of stuff in order for the Comcast guy to even get in to where the router is, because I didn't think that was going to be a very high traffic area. So I spent a lot of the day, like, moving and organizing things. And so, yeah, I had that on while I was doing that. Okay. Well, we seem to have just had another internet connection problem. But that time it lasted like 25 seconds instead of an hour. So here's the thing that's annoying about that, is if it lasted longer than 25 seconds, we would be able to call the people with the bucket truck to have them come look at it. But I don't know, maybe this is just gonna cut out occasionally. That's very strange, though. But it seems like it's fine now. So we'll see if it comes back, and... yeah, so maybe this is one of those things where it went from... maybe before the splice was fixed, we would just be down for an hour. Maybe now we'll just cut out for 20 seconds occasionally. Which is still bad and still needs to be fixed, but... okay. But yeah, so the premise of the show is that the Soviet Union keeps trolling Nixon into spending more and more money on the space program by doing obnoxious things. And the first obnoxious thing they do, and this is in the first, 3 minutes of the show. This is not a huge spoiler. The first 3 minutes of the show is takes place, June 22nd of 1969. And the idea is that the Soviets had what looked like an unmanned lunar test go to the moon, but it turned out that they had actually crewed it and had a surprise moon landing, a month before the Apollo 11 launch. And so, and Russia just keeps doing obnoxious stuff like this to try to goad America. And it's just, it makes sense from a writing standpoint, because the problem is, how do you justify from a writing standpoint Nixon just spending a ludicrous amount of money on NASA instead of having the budget drop shortly after Apollo 11? How do you have it just be like, oh no, we have to keep going bigger? And so the show isn't like a ha-ha comedy. It's not like The Office, but it's amusing and entertaining. And there are some jokes to it, but it's more of a drama than a comedy. But just there are definitely parts in it where I was like, yeah, this is the only way you could possibly justify it, would be with people being this obnoxious at scale. But let's see. Okay. So, okay, it's on Apple Plus or something. I don't know. I don't know what they use Locosius. I'm assuming copper cables, because I'm not paying for fiber. I'm not sure if fiber is available here. I checked and Google Fiber was not available here, but there might be other fiber options. The thing about renting is that you can't just cut you can't just run your own fiber, you know? You're kind of dependent on somebody else thinking you need fiber too. Okay. So, let's see. Let's go back over down here. So we've got this one roughly set up. We need to pull out these. We need to drop in some andesite for these. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we need to turn these into slabs first, actually. But first, let's put some of this cyan terracotta in. Okay. So. Okay. Don't send me things on Discord. Post them to Twitter. If you want me to see fan art, posting it to Twitter is the best way. Yeah, I'm at Joe Hills on Twitter. So, yeah, so what have I been up to today? I've been organizing the whole apartment to get stuff out of the way so the Comcast guy could get to the router. I dealt with all of the fun of that. Let's see. I watched a little bit of For All Mankind. Let's see, did a bunch of cooking because it's my daughter's first full day back after spring break, so I wanted her to have some good welcome home meals. We did stir fry for dinner. And I got these brioche buns for hot dogs for lunch. Normally she doesn't have a hot lunch, so that was kind of because it's in the middle of the school day, so it's hard to do a hot lunch. I was like, let's have nice hot dogs with brioche buns. Nom nom nom. So that was good. Stonecutter's my friend. I'm not gonna use that. I don't care that badly about getting these andesite slabs perfect. They're only your friend for stairs, I think. So up we go. Ow, my body. That was a lot of pain for my face. I don't enjoy having that much pain in my face. I don't know. These all caps usernames keep getting longer and longer. I'm just going to start banning them. I'm sorry, but it makes the chat unreadable. And I know that's one of those things like because Lizzie Mack has an all caps username, I can't just ban them entirely because people are going to be like, well, how come Lizzie Mack gets to do it? It's like, well, I don't know. Did you go get a PhD in dentistry or whatever they got? But I don't want to have that argument like 15 times a night. But I'm just going to start... Like, for the long ones, if you have, like, a multi-word all-caps name in YouTube, you're just... I just can't deal with it. I have too much on my plate. I had to write so many messages today, too. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, because it's like, at first it was just one person with a long username with caps in it, and then it's like, I've seen several of them tonight. How long can a YouTube username be? Pretty long. But, like, my window can only be so wide and still be usable, so, like... I'm not going to tell Lizzie Mack to change her name. I'm just going to ban anybody who says, but Lizzie Mack does it. I think that's going to be the solution. Anybody who wants to pick a fight with me about other people's usernames, like, it's just not worth it. I'm too tired. Oh, boy. It's been a long week. So for those of you who don't know, I stream 6 days a week. Tuesday is my night off. So we're kind of like crashing into the weekend here. And it's like, in some ways, I got so much stuff done that I'm like, oh man, I'm awesome. But on the other hand, I'm like, I'm looking at how much stuff still needs to be done. And I'm like, oh man, I'm tired. Can't I just be finished? But like, I'm not, it's never finished. I'm going to be, even though tomorrow is my night off streaming, I'm going to be doing a bunch of editing and another YouTube-related work during the day. So, yeah. Yeah, Facecam's on. I'm down here in slot 7. If people want a tip, they can do so at paypal.me/JoeHills. Okay. So there we go. You actually can't disable the chat consistently in YouTube, we'll see. It only disables it for some users on some devices. And so the thing is, but it does it in such a way that sometimes it disables it on my device. And then I can't tell that the people are still like, hey, how come it's so quiet tonight? And it's like, well, because only 8 of you can see this, or only 15 of you, or 20 of you can see it. But, like, at the point where I can't disable it for everybody, I might as well leave it on so I can see it. Yeah, don't come in here promoting other YouTubers. I don't know who that is, and I can't vouch for them. Why do I stream so much? Well, for one thing, it's my job. For another thing, while COVID's going on, you know, at the beginning of all this, I was kind of like, you know, I think it might be helpful to people if I streamed as many nights a week as possible, since we all can't go out anywhere or do anything. And it's been helping keep me sane. Okay, if you're going to keep spamming, if people ask the same question again and again and I don't answer it, then I time them out. You know that, right? You've been here and seen me do that. That should not be a surprise. Don't spam the same question. If I don't answer it, I'm not gonna. Oh, boy. What were 10's questions? Well, the 10th Doctor would usually have questions like, what? What? No, what? No. Well, no, right. I can't do it. Am I saying I'm already sane? Things would be a lot worse if I wasn't. Okay. Dahlia says, wait, if YouTube doesn't let you turn off the chat entirely, why does it even have the button? I don't think they understand how broken their system is. Every time I send them a message about how broken something is, it's either doesn't get fixed or it does, but in a consistent way where it's like, well, now it works 45% of the time instead of 35% of the time. Yeah, YouTube's not really my career. I make things, and I put some of them on YouTube. I think making things for people is my career. And I've been making things for people since, I don't know, 2005, 6 maybe? But most of my revenue does not come through YouTube. How much till the first face camera expansion? $20? Okay. Warp the Demon says, rich boy. Am I? Like, are you criticizing somebody else in the chat? Like, calling people rich boys. See, that's the thing, is sometimes I can't tell somebody's insulting me or someone else in the chat. And if you're insulting me, I can take it. But, like, if it's somebody else in the chat, I don't know how their day has been today. So I'm just like, oh, I just gotta ban people who are generally insulting people. Oh, which I don't love, because if they're just trying to heckle me, it's not great. But whatever, it's fine. But if you're heckling rich people in the chat specifically, then that makes my life a lot harder, because some of those people are the ones who actually, you know, pay to keep the stream running for everybody else who can't afford it, including me. I'm one of the people who can't afford it. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's maybe just work out real quick. Let's put down more chairs. Let's just hammer this out. So we're going to have more of these kind of over here, maybe. Strayhorn, thank you for the 20. He says, howdy, Joe. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm doing pretty well on the whole. I'm hoping we got this internet thing fixed. That's going to be big game changer if we did. But either way, that puts us evenly at our first face camera expansion. So if you'll direct your attention down here to slot 7, where I'm frantically waving, I'm going to say, howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do. Alrighty. And you guys might not realize this, but I actually brush my hair before every stream, and then I realize, oh no, I changed shirts after I brushed my hair, so now it's a mess. And then I'm like, I left the brush over there. It's fine. I'll just put the hood on. It's fine. Thank you, Mordecus. I do what I say, or I do what I can. What if the area they grab the food from is in the building in front of you now? Yeah, that's the idea. This is like a food stall. So I'm working out like where the walkways need to be for the stalls, and also like some of the stuff with the how the seating would be. Okay. Do streams cost money? Yeah, I mean, well, so the thing is, to do them professionally, like, I pay for, like, a second fallback internet, which is, like, $100 a month. I pay for equipment that's, like, more expensive than what other people might have, or more, specific. I'm paying a lot in rent to have, the space to do this properly. You know. But, I mean, there's other things that cost money too, like rent for the rest of the apartment I would still need to pay for, and electricity and stuff. One of the things that the money goes to is travel. Like, I go to conventions, and I get to meet with fans that I wouldn't be able to afford to otherwise. That sort of thing. Let's see. Block thick floors are not ideal to make it look very nice. Yeah, you're right. We need to actually... I was thinking about putting in, like, white ceilings, too. How I decide on the color palette for the seats. I just wanted to do something kind of felt retro. And this felt retro to me. Let's see. I'm kind of thinking... Having some seats, like, maybe not right there, but like here and here, here and here, yeah. Is this blue wool? Okay, it is. So we could actually make some carpets on the fly, just shaving off some of that. Boom, boom. Okay, I kind of wanted to have this be, okay, so 1, 2, 3. So could we fit, if we go out this far here, we have a little walkway here maybe. And then we come this way, and we have 1, and then 2. That's not going to fit. Oh, but we can do little ones along the back here. This build is massive. What about corner booths? Are those more diner than cafeteria? They're definitely more diner than cafeteria. Jaw Labs says, YouTube's not your main earner. Is it Twitch, merch, or other? Direct viewer support is my primary source of income. Like people tipping on the streams and Patreon. So like when I'm like, this is a viewer supported show, it really is. Jackster wants to know when the stream's going to start, apparently. So luckily we've got a thing for that.
There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have the secret sails that would make your blood run cold.
Wait, that's not the right thing.
The northern lights
No.
have seen strange sights, strangest things.
No, that's not it. It's when will my stream begin? Hold on.
The usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title and tweet, pour water, tank top and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the stream, and so I'll pause folding and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before lay our head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all. Joe Hill's from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chess tools breaking. Pickaxe from poof while talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. Then I'll click crafting quick, anvil time, enchant pick, then I'll replace the books in random chests with care. I'll tour my winery, I know there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swears, not any closer to recording.
Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin?
Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode. I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Welcome, everyone. The stream has now begun. We can take down that setting up stream sign. Okay. So, where were we? I feel like we came back here because we need acacia. That's right. Acacia. Okay. And... so now we'll use the saw machine to mill these into stairs. Oh, it doesn't work anyway. Too bad. So sad. And we'll throw this on the floor. Bye. Forever. Just kidding. It would be good if we had more carrots, though. Okay. I feel like we don't need quite this much glass right now. So we're going to return some of this into our glass chest here. Okay. Perfect. Put on my enchanted helmet. Okay. Fine. I guess that means we should put the gold helmet back in the fancy thing here. Okay. Let's grab some blackstone as well. That's polished. We need normal blackstone. Well, whatever. We have a lot of polished blackstone. more than I should, is what I'm realizing. Joe Lab says, do I prefer Patreon or PayPal? But it's for people to make their own decisions on that. Like, I'm just happy to have viewer support. So. Okay. Has the YouTube chat completely died? Because the last comment was about, like, colors and food places from a long time ago. The YouTube chat did die. Wait. Pro Gutter, that legal thing, the legal concern I had last week, looks like it's not going to be much of a problem in the state of Tennessee. I was able to speak to my attorney, and he was unconcerned about the problem. There was a fairly simple solution that is available should it become necessary. But it looks like the opposition may have decided it wasn't worth the effort. We'll have to see. Okay, don't yell in all caps, too. You know, I almost feel like there needs to be, like, slightly nicer things in this, like, lounge area in terms of seating. What are you guys doing? What are you guys posting times and numbers? Okay, if I don't understand what your numbers are, like, numbers look like spam to me. If I didn't ask for... Oh, were you guys trying to say comments with the time in it when I was trying to figure out... Okay, yeah, the thing is working. I'm seeing the YouTube comments now. Okay. See, the thing is, though, that there's a difference between saying the time with context versus just seeing a bunch of numbers in the chat all at once. It's like, hey, welcome, Metaton. We'll figure out how much post-apocalyptic time we have. I'm trying to get the core concept in first. Ooh, and I'm realizing... For these tables, I'm actually thinking what I want to do is get dark oak fence gates and then do dark oak, whatever on top. Trap doors. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So, yeah, I'm thinking we rip out these tables and we put in, because these were placeholders anyway, we put in dark oak ones. So, let's see. Maybe tips 2. And says, what's your take on the GME stunk situation? I don't have any money for stock speculation. All of my money for investing is basically going into investing in my family's future and my own career. And so I have not up to date on the GME stunk situation. Because I would probably just feel left out. I would be like, oh, I want to mess with hedge funds. But I have to be an adult, mature professional because, When you're a single parent, you don't get to fall back on anyone else. You have to be the responsible one 100% of the time. So, I don't know. The kitchens would be back behind these, in these stalls here. Yeah, don't yell in all caps. That's against the rules. You take some time to read the rules. Okay. So, yeah, I know about the NFTs. I am not interested in them. They are a giant waste of electricity at the moment. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, don't worry, we're going to switch everything over to proof of work, or no, proof of stake. It'll be fine. And I'm like, but it's not fine now, and you're selling them now. So I have a problem with them now. Okay, this is these windows are awkward here for anything. Maybe I should set up like little diagonal tables almost. Ah, dang it. Floor. And now we have to leave and come back. Okay. So what if we put in some that are kind of more like this? Whoops, that's wrong. No, we need that. Like every few... You could theoretically pull in... Those feel like they're almost too close together. Like, I know that these are, like, actually huge meter tables because this is Minecraft, but, like, it doesn't look great. Also, I think I might need to switch these to having two different... Okay. Let's go to a place with a bed. This is like a cafeteria in an office building. So it's not supposed to be super fancy. It's just supposed to get things done. I was gonna say, oh, somebody else is on the server. Nope, that's just my own sleeping message. Oh, do we have walls that we can grab? Blackstone wall, there we go. And we have as many prismarine probably as we're gonna have for a while. We can make some more prismarine stairs if we need to, but I'm hoping... Well, let's see how far we can stretch the ones we have. We're good on acacia stairs-ish for the time being. Okay. Hey, it looks like we got a new Patreon patron. Welcome. Just so you know, those invites are manually sent the next business day. I got a cough. 1 second. So you can expect a Patreon message sometime tomorrow with your actual invite to the Patreon Discord. So thank you very much to our new Patreon patron. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Back down here. Seabart says, sent a thing on PayPal. That has not gone through yet. Or if it has... Oh. Hey, thank you for the 20 from Seabart, who says, is this the Joe of the Hills? It is indeed. That is going to put us $2 past our next face camera expansion target. So here we go. It's time to expand. Alrighty. Thank you very much, Seabart, for that. Okay. Yep. So that PayPal alert did come in properly. So it's just a slow night on the whole. Nothing in particular. Hey, welcome, Winnie T. Ford. Why are y'all spamming about the YMCA? Oh my gosh. Oh good, and there's somebody else who's spamming too. You know what? Just, yeah. Like, there's rules that don't do stuff with caps and spaces that make the chat hard to read, and singing the YMCA is exactly that. Okay. Welcome, JLH Composer. I'm working on making this building better and better every day. It's a lot of work, but I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. What I'm realizing is it's kind of awkward. I was originally thinking we'd have like some seats over here, but like these are just kind of maybe natural congregation areas for like while people are queuing for these other places. Okay. So it feels like this should be open so people can come down or up the stairs and go down and get food. I also feel kind of weird about having tables like right in the middle of this area. So that gets weird as well, because then you have this huge area with no tables. Like, this just feels like too much space to not have any tables or anything in. So... Yeah, if you post message deleted, I'm just gonna ban you. That's not funny or helpful. That's literally just spamming. Hey, thank you, JC, for the 5, who says, keep it up. I'm working on it. That puts us 3 away for the next face camera expansion. Yeah. Here's the thing about making fun of spammers. I don't even read the names of the people that are spamming. I just see the spam and then time them out or ban them. Like, so yeah, if you don't want to get timed out or banned, I recommend against spamming. Just as a fun thing to do. Okay. Put some shrubbery in to break it up a little. That's a good point. Do we bring any extra composters? Having a row of composters here to kind of help separate the queue area from the elevators would work. That would probably really help. Central benches like how they have in malls. That's not a bad idea. Okay, Tango joined the game. Hi to Tango! Whoa. You don't need a reception desk in the middle of your food court. It's a food court. The reception areas are upstairs for the different buildings. Shrubbery might also help with the main seating area. Yeah, having shrubs separating kind of the main seating area here from this area back there is going to be good. Okay, so let's just work on the area we know we're definitely going to do. So we definitely need to fill in an area back here. And I think in some ways the way to do that is going to be like this. What I should just be doing is just going down the line and doing every other one. Boop. Boop. Is that right? Yeah, hold on. Like that. I should just be going down the line like that. Dun 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 do 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 bum bum ba dun dun dun. Oh, that reminds me, y'all. I saw a really good pinball stream the other night, and apparently they stream on Thursdays and Sundays. So on Thursday, I need to remember to raid them because it's a group of a few people from Chicago who run a pinball league up there. And one of them was on Ball 3 on the Game of Thrones table and basically just attacked the board and killed every house and got the Iron Throne. Starting with basically nothing on Ball 3. I don't know if y'all play pinball much, but sometimes you can have kind of two dud balls at the beginning of the game, and then just like all of a sudden it's just like, oh no, my Ball 3 is going really well, but I've got no buffer now if something goes wrong. So yeah. It's like, a lot of times with these pinball games, you don't expect to actually get to see somebody get to the end game because it's not a super common thing. So let's see, how would this work? This might be more like this. Well, yeah. So yeah, I wasn't expecting to see anyone get to the end of the Game of Thrones pinball table anytime soon. So that was kind of neat. Next to the window, you could have a long table with slabs. Yeah, you pay to get the food at the counter at a cafeteria. Oh, I probably need to have garbage cans with places that you leave your trays. Yeah, pinball tables can have an end game. Like, if you accomplish all the goals. But hey, also, we got a tip from NJ who says, only 3 to make your face grow for chat. I think that can happen. Also, the color scheme for the benches really accents the building well. You know what, NJ? I actually did the math wrong now that I'm looking at the abacus. But you know what? Since I said 3, we'll just go ahead and do the next face camera expansion now. Expand. We'll just pass my mistakes on to y'all. Oh, boy. Okay. So, anyway, whoops, and I hit the boom. Yay. So, yeah, we'll pretend that was 13 because I said the wrong number before because it's the end of the week for me, and I'm tired and making mistakes. Woo, okay. Yeah, pinball has goals. I'm hoping to start streaming some pinball after COVID's over. There's a new pinball place that opened up in town here that has like a couple hundred machines. And I've been emailing the owner and trying trying to figure out some stuff with that. But I definitely want to do some streaming from quote unquote on the road, and once we're kind of post COVID and the vaccines kicked in for everybody and stuff, and testing some of that at a local pinball place could be really fun. So. And let's go up here. But yeah, pinball machines have goals usually. Like there'll be like objectives and targets that you're trying to hit to get bonuses and stuff. Oh boy. NJ says, how is your math wrong? My math was wrong because I was at 47 beads instead of 57 beads when I said we were 3 away from the next face camera expansion. Because it's every 20. Yeah, I do have to put the washrooms in too. You're right. Okay. Yeah, this is just one part of this world. There's a lot of folks that play here, including Tango Tech, one of the greatest Minecrafters of all time. So, like, And XP Crafted did help build some of this. So, he deserves some credit. Lakosia says, I thought the goal of every pinball machine is reach maximum points. But yeah, but there are chains of objectives that you can do to get more points. Like, okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to build ourselves a pinball machine in-game, and I'm going to school some of y'all about some pinball real quick. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get some Crimson Stem here, and we're going to get some of this for the backboard. Seabart 1987 tips 20 who says, I got a Bali EM Gold Rush pin at home. That's awesome, Seabart. That puts us evenly at our next face camera expansion target. So here we go. It's time to expand. Yeah, those old EM, that's what electromechanical, for those of y'all who don't know. Those old electromechanical machines were like before all the digital backboards and stuff. And they're really cool to play with. There's some at the Pinball Museum in Chattanooga I got to play with last year. Anyway, Quiet Devious, thank you for the 10, who says to balance the books or beads. Thank you very much, Quiet Devious. So, okay, yeah. We are going to just quickly build ourselves an in-game pinball machine so I can teach you some of the fundamentals. Okay? So, let's go ahead and get some of this sorted. Okay. So, where would we put a pinball machine in a place like this? There's no commands here, editor. Okay. Okay, so let's say it would probably be like here. And it would look a little bit like, nope, that's wrong. Well, yeah, let's put it here. Okay. And then we'll put this here. This is almost kind of a pinball machine now. Not yet, but that's why we do things with things to make things work. Okay? So then we're going to take this and we're going to unlock this layer here. We're just going to put it right there. Now, there's probably actually a filter I could apply to warp it, to keystone it. Scaling aspect ratio, crop pad. It's close enough. Okay, so options, music all the way off. So let's go to... Okay, we're going to go to single player, and we're just going to pick a pinball table. Let's go with one that doesn't depend on music for jokes. Okay, so Theater of Magic is a pretty straightforward one. But maybe it's too much maybe there's too much of an analogy there. You know what? Champion Pub, which I think is this week's tournament anyway, would be a good one. So, okay, so we're going to turn this here like so. Resume game. Now, I might have to... Let's make this bigger. Actually. Okay, I got my flippers working. So, this is a pinball machine that takes place in a pub where they have boxing matches. And so, when you shoot the ball at the beginning, there's like sometimes a skill shot where you can unlock stuff. I just tried to get the door prize. I got 6 health for my boxer. Hey, that's handy. Now, the thing is that in this game, some of the objectives are to get into fights, which, you know, as a boxer is good. But you remember in boxing movies, they train a lot. Okay, that time the ball went in the out lane. That's being bad at pinball. Don't do that. That's a bad way to do this. So, don't get 10 points either on the skill shot. That's bad. So, you see how I've got that pink bar there that says your life? No! Oh, man. I chose this one because it's generally... okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hit the objectives so I can start the fight so I can show you that... Okay, so right now I have 250,000 points and I've been doing very poorly. But if we actually are able to get in a fight and win in this game, we could theoretically do pretty well. Hey, extra ball is lit. So now one of my objectives is to get an extra ball. But, part of the problem is I'm not playing this the way I would normally play it. Okay, so we're starting tonight's fight. So we're fighting Knuckles O'Brien. We're the kid, okay? So, now, if I want to get real points to actually, like, compete on the leaderboards here, what I need to do is hit that guy with the ball. The ball represents my fists. And right now, I am not doing a great job of hitting him. The ball's going everywhere but his face, and that's bad. Wow. Okay, gut shot. That's good. But, like, I need to actually hit him, or we're never going to win this. I say we. It's me. I'm the one that's not winning this fight very well. No, get the ball out of there. I don't want the ball on that. That thing is about to go away. It's about to fall. Boom, gut shot. Okay, he's still got a ton of life left, and I am just not in the zone. Usually it takes about 10 minutes of playing pinball to warm up for me. Some people it's longer, some people it's shorter. But me just jumping in here and trying to show you these objectives is hard. So, core concept, if I had actually hit that guy several times, I would have gotten more points. This is a virtual pinball game, because Jason, I'm not very good at pinball when I haven't warmed up, and I'm not in the right mindset for it. So anyway, we got 1.8 million. So, okay. Okay, so fine. People want to see, like, maybe I can do better if I'm actually warmed up. Maybe. Okay, so we got the door prize skill shot, which can be a lot of different things. 6 health. That's good. So normally you get your health in this game by completing training objectives, like punching the heavy bag, punching the speed bag, or jumping the rope. You increase your purse value, which is the amount you win in the fight by hitting the thing on the left there. Hey, start fight is lit. That's good. We can start that fight now if we can actually get the ball to one of these start fight ramps or into the start fight slot on the left, which right now we have no ball control. Strayhorn, thank you for the 10, who says, I didn't know pinball was so intriguing. I just got distracted by the lights and sounds. Well, hey, that actually puts us evenly at our next phase camera expansion. So now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Joust. Bum, 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 bum. That green screen Joe Hills guy sure plays a mean pinball. Well, I try. Okay. So, resume game. Okay. So, I'm not bad at the skill shot. I can get the door prize pretty consistently. Light extra ball. See, if I can actually get the thing in the extra ball hole, I'll get an extra ball. So, like, right now, I have two objectives. One is to start a fight. The other is to get the extra ball. Because that'll extend my playtime. So, if you actually do this well enough, there's a bunch of different boxers that they have voice actors that they hired to perform as, and there's jokes, and I'm just doing terribly because I'm narrating rather than actually, like, paying a ton of attention. Oh, we built a pinball machine in Minecraft. Okay. So, all jackpots are lit right now, which is a good time to hit things. Boom! We got the extra ball. So now it's going to do... This is one of my favorite extra ball animations, actually. Oh, no, it's not going to do it because we also started the fight. That's fine. We still got the extra ball. So anyway, if we want to get some real points on this pinball table for bragging rights or whatever, the way to do it is to do a bunch of training exercises, like hitting the heavy bag, hitting the speed bag, hitting the jump rope, and then you start the fight once you've trained enough. And then you don't lose the fight by actually hitting the opponent repeatedly. And this is a recreation of an actual pinball machine that was made in the 90s. You could go to an arcade and play this. And there's actually like a little robot dude that rock'em sock'em robots around. So, anyway. Losing the fight is bad. Just like in any pinball, you want to, not die. Okay. So poker night is... I've never even done poker night. I don't know what that is. So presumably there's a poker night light somewhere. Oh, okay. So now we're in the upper right. We're doing the speed bag. We're getting our health up real quick. So start fight is lit. So you can see that I've got my little high score there on the speed bag. So, where is Poker Night? What is Poker Night? I've never gotten that before. I'm not even sure where that light is. Okay. Oh, it came out up there, but we're not doing the jump rope. So, I got a headshot there. And that might have been a second headshot. Gut shot. So... yeah, a lot of this is about ball control. Oh boy, that was close. Gut shot. I don't like how close we keep getting to the drain. No. So we went out on the right side there. Okay. Pinball Wizard parody about Dungeons and Dragons. That would be a good one. Okay. So that time we got 4 million points instead of 1 million points because we did a better job at hitting the objectives. It wasn't just about not dying right away. It was about, succeeding. So, trying to think if there's any pretty straightforward pinball tables. Like, a lot of them have really crazy objectives. Like, Creature from the Black Lagoon is a pinball table that is about having a good time at the drive-in movies. And so all the objectives... because, like, Creature from the Black Lagoon was already an old movie when this pinball table came out. And so it's like you can try to complete objectives to get something from the snack bar. You can try to complete objectives to make your date want to kiss you. So, yeah, I've got one more target I got to hit to open the snack bar. Oh, so I've lit 2 of the kiss lights. lit 3 of the kiss lights. So this is like just a pinball thing about the nostalgic experience. Aww. Don't actually make that noise when you kiss people if you are thinking about doing that. Don't steal that from me. That is a bad idea. So anyway, it said down here you've got FILM. These are 4 different objectives that you can complete around the board. One of them is shoot the slide. One of them is complete paid at the upper top. Oh, dang it. And if you do certain objectives, then you can start a multi-ball mode, which would also be great, because multi-ball is hard to die during, and you get more points. Dang it, I just barely missed getting those 4 paid lights in the upper top part. Okay. Dang it. So I've got, since this isn't the first game I'm playing, I've got slightly better ball control. Did we get paid lit? No. I keep barely missing that lamp. But I'm a little bit more warmed up now. Oh, hey, we lit slide, so we got the M in film. So we spelled film, which is, you know, whoa, we're halfway there. Okay. So as you can see, somebody who actually kind of knows what they're doing. Yeah, this is a table that you can play IRL. Yeah. So this is a somebody says you don't directly control the ball though. I mean, when you get good enough at pinball, you have a lot of control over the ball. I don't, because I'm not that good at pinball. But it's really interesting. Now, also on a real-life table, you have a little bit more control over how you nudge the table, which is like applying a little bit of tilt, but not enough to set the machine off. So extra ball is lit now because I did a good job at kissing, apparently. So, you know, that's obviously something to work up to. Okay. And, oh, is that the end of the game? No. I'm also not really working on the skill shot with this one. Sorry. I'm, like, just trying to... And I'm not doing a great job of reading the chat either, sorry. Oh, boy. That was no good. But anyway, I'm getting distracted, too. So, core concept... If you learn the table and you learn the objectives, you can get higher scores by not just hitting random stuff. So, anyway. That was actually pretty close to my previous best score, which is disappointing. Wow. Or at least my best score in single-player mode. I do tournament play sometimes. So anyway, we can close that out. You get the core concept now. Anyway, we also got a few tips via PayPal here. Easy peasy tips tips 10, and says here's the rest of it. And then Pubgillenball from yells Leo, who tips 20. So thank you very much. That is going to put us $10 past our next Face Camera expansion target. So here we go. It's time to expand. And we are going to lower the opacity to 80%. Yeah, that pinball simulator was Pinball FX3. I do not have any sort of promotional deal with Zen Pinball right now. Although I would like to get one. So, but that's not why I was showing you that. I was showing you that because some people were like, what? There's objectives in pinball. And I'm like, yes, it's more likely than you'd think. But yeah. I'm hoping to get beta access to their next game. But it's going to be a little while till they open that up. But they've apparently got some sort of pinball battle royale thing, kind of like Tetris 99, but with pinball. And I'm very curious to see how that goes. And so I want to get in on that beta. Okay, so we need to go to bed. And we should also get some dark oak fence, or no, dark oak fence gates. Yergi says, of all the places that could potentially sponsor a YouTuber, a pinball place sponsoring Joe at least makes sense. Oh, for a second I thought that said makes the least sense. But yeah, at least makes sense, makes more sense. Hey, thank you to Chris for the 20 who says, make the Jost bigger. Well, alrighty, that puts us $10 past our next face camera expansion target. So here we go. It's time to expand Jost. Yeah, Toast Knight says, I learned that even when not warmed up and distracted, Joe Hills is better than I am at pinball. Maybe. I mean, if you're not very good, that might be true. But I'm, like, when I watch people who are actually good at pinball play, it's a totally next level thing. My goal is just to get to the point where I am not an embarrassment to the people around me, because I want to start doing, like, when my daughter is staying with the other side of the family for parts of the year, like in the summer and stuff, I want to be able to like go and do like pub league pinball tournaments as a way to get out of the apartment and enjoy myself. And so I'm trying to learn a bunch of the different tables by playing simulated versions of real tables, because with COVID going on, it's not a good time to go to the arcade myself. So yeah, this is, I've always really liked pinball, and the last few years I've gotten into playing it on the iPad and on the computer as a stress reliever. And so yeah, I was actually hoping to get into a real pinball league last summer, but COVID totally postponed that by like a year. So it's fine. So let's go in. Oh boy. Okay, we didn't get the prismarine we needed. We should probably actually use the stonecutter. As much as I joke about not using the stonecutter, the prismarine's so rare that I actually probably should use it to make prismarine stairs. That's not a bad idea. Prismarine stairs now. Hey, we just got another tip via PayPal from Seabart, who says, can't type expand Jost, and that is for 40. So that puts us $10 past 2 face camera expansions from now. So we're 10 away from the next one after these 2. Here we go. Expand Jost. Do. Lowering the Joe Pasty now to 60%. And then numero dos. Expand Jost. Tambien. Do. Lowering the Joe Pasty now to 50%. So thank you very much, Seabart, for supporting the stream. Okay, so good luck with your pre-interview screener tomorrow, Artisy. Okay. And so prismarine stairs. Also, let's see if we can get those fence gates. I know I keep saying that we're going to get them, but we should actually get them. Oh boy, I don't have a lot of dark oak planks. So that's going to be a thing, possibly. And we also don't have a ton of... you know what? Why am I carrying all this iron? It was for the Rendog thing earlier. I brought a bunch of buckets and stuff in case we needed to do a river lava. It's fine. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Good night, Vidmaster. Okay. So, dark oak fence gates, we got 4 of those at least now, which is not enough to do the whole table, but we can kind of get a sense of it. I'm going to have to just go chop down some dark oak, I think. Oh, wait, I should have checked if there was more in there. Let's throw these in the stonecutter, though. Prismarine stairs, got 32 for that. Okay. Yeah, okay, we had some dark oak logs here. Okay. Okay. So to make the dark oak trap doors... Oh boy, that's expensive. No, I made acacia ones by a stick. That's fine. Okay. Hey, crazy caravan. I've heard there was a baby shark whose family left bite-shaped marks, but you don't really care for doo-doo-doo-doos. Okay. Are these floating? I'm like, why does that look wrong? Okay. It's fine. So, in addition to trimming my beard earlier this week, I also finally got around... Don't do weird stuff with caps and spaces. It's in the rules. I also got around to trimming my sideburns today. Although, I realized that my sideburns never show up on the stream because even when I don't have the hood on, I feel like the headphones cover them up anyway. So, whatever. Anyway, I think this looks better. But that's fine. I was like, yeah, I can't wait to show people on the thing. It's like, no, they're never going to see them. It's... bleh. I have to start posting more selfies or something. Blurg. Okay, so I am a bit annoyed that these fence gates are not going to work for that. There might be other stuff they work for. Like maybe I could combine that with something. What could that be? I don't know. Well, you know what? For right now, let's just run this around. We've got our walls. We've got our blue carpets. We should have gotten more. Put a trapdoor on top for more. Yeah. Okay. So we do have school in the morning. So I'm probably only going to stream until the hour. Going to bed early last night definitely paid off. Okay. Yeah, don't spam emoji, please. Only Mumbo has good quality close-up pictures of him right now, says Dahlia. Placing good close-up pictures would make me easier to draw. Maybe. I have been realizing... So, it used to be that I would post a bunch of selfies when I went to conventions, so I would be like, hey, here's what I'm wearing today, come find me and say hello. And so I kind of got out of the habit of doing that once I'm not going anywhere ever. But, like, I'm starting to think about that stuff again now that it's like, hey, conventions are going to be starting again in a few months. We're going to eventually have some sort of return to normalcy. Okay. I will say that, like, of all the concerns to have about fan art, accurate facial reconstruction is not one of mine. I'm not too worried about people getting my face wrong. I'm realizing this was a bad way to do this kind of thing across the. But maybe this will be right. Maybe this is what I actually need to do. Dahlia says that's my only concern when I'm doing fan art. Gaming Granny says, howdy from near Chattanooga. It's awesome to hear a Tennessee accent in your voice. Thank you so much for your time and dedication to entertain us all. Oh, yeah, I have a lot of fun doing it, Gaming Granny. Also, like I mentioned earlier, Chattanooga, awesome city. I am looking forward to being able to safely travel there again in the future and being able to visit y'all's pinball museum again. My daughter and I had a great time last time we were there. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to be back for over a year now because of COVID concerns. But yeah, it's a wonderful city. Love the aquarium. Y'all have a ton of great restaurants and bars and just breweries. Great places to hang out, have food. So I'll definitely be doing a Chattanooga like meetup once it's safe to do so. It is not safe yet, but yeah, when I start traveling again, definitely want to prioritize. Okay. Yeah. Definitely want to prioritize hanging out and doing fun stuff with the fans. Okay. I kind of like having these tables line up with these gaps, too. Okay. This is kind of a little weird here. Not gonna lie. I feel like this is kind of super tight. Maybe having... But, like, cafeterias have awkward stuff like this. They just cram in tables. Also, in terms of there are only so many references to work from in terms of your face, you know you could just screen cap the streams. My face is right here. Like every stream. So, like, if you need, like, reference emotions or whatever, I could be like, surprised, or angry, or happy, or sad. I don't know, I'm just doing this. I'm dumb. Oh, okay. Definitely getting tired. Building a pinball room in this building would be a logical thing for a break room in a fancy place like this. This sort of software company would be exactly the sort of place where they would have pinball machines in the cafeteria somewhere. So I need to look at ideas for how to do that. Okay. Yeah, Andrew, like, here's the thing is, if you ask the same question multiple times, like, and I don't answer it, it's basically spam. Don't ask the same question more than once. I saw it and I didn't want to answer it. It's just, it's, you know, not a, like, it's not a productive thing to discuss. It's a special sort of tired stream when you get that particular eye rub. It has been a busy day, all day today. I've just been going, like trying to get the stuff set up so the internet repair guy could actually get to where the router was. I had to move basically everything in this room that is not the computer because when the router was put in, it was put in first. Basically, we had the internet set up like almost as soon as I got keys to this place so I could start streaming and testing stuff, and so then everything else ended up in front of the router. So, yeah, well. So then I had to move everything. Okay. Okay. I'm awake, I promise. Okay. I say as I, like, stare wildly off into space. Wildly might be the wrong word. Strayhorn tips 5 and says, "Oh, whoa. Thank you, Strayhorn." That puts us 5 away for the next face camera expansion. Okay. Okay, don't come in here talking about brands that I don't have any deals with. Okay. I'm focused. I'm alert. These are lies. I'm neither focused nor alert. But we are going to try to work on this a little bit more. Although, yeah, like I said, technically the only part of this that we needed to work on to complete the video is this part over here, which is the part of the room that we have done the least on, because we needed to set up the kind of exit out this way. Hey, we actually found a use for that. That's nice. We need to figure out how we wanted to have the path here connect to down there and also to over here. I'm glad you enjoy the show, Gaming Granny. Thank you for the kind words. Welcome, Jolif. Okay. So, I'm kind of thinking having like a little elevated bridge thing going across here. And then, so, the weird thing is, if it's supposed to be like a kind of a chill walking path type thing, having it hug the terrain might be and feel more natural. So having it loop wide around here so you can actually see the building a bit is going to look good. This is just dead center in the path. It's going to have to go. Let's maybe empty some inventory space so we can do that, because that's just going to be a concern. There's no escaping it. So we'll put away our tabletop stuff for the moment. And, hey, Gritmonger tips 20. That puts us $15 past our next face camera expansion target and says, Gritmonger here. Some cash infusion for a very alert, focused show. Thank you very much, Gritmonger. I appreciate it. Expand Joe. Do. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 42%. Okay. No, this isn't supposed to be an emergency exit. This is supposed to be a... I wanted to have a way for people to take their food from the cafeteria and eat it outside. So I wanted to have a path and then like some different picnic areas that you could get to. Was kind of what I was thinking. And now I'm just throwing fireworks. But I wanted the path to loop past here and have an overlook over the ports. Daniel says, first time seeing your live stream, why is your face see-through over the gameplay? Well, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see the gameplay. If my face was just completely opaque, it would be very difficult to see. Incorrect Choice says, I'm awfully tired and this is a nice cool down after watching people play horror games. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I don't really play a lot of horror games myself because I'm usually too tired to pay enough attention to know to be scared. Like, I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm just so exhausted. If I start playing a horror game, like, it's a lot like in Minecraft where a creeper will blow me up and I'll be like, what blew me up? But, like, in a horror game, you're kind of supposed to be, like, scared that something is going to kill you. But usually I just have no idea. I'm just like, oh, what do I need a key to open a door? Or what am I trying to do? Like, I just haven't been able to get into horror games as much since having a kid really just wrecked my sleep schedule, honestly. So, yeah. That's the sort of thing, like, I need to play horror games probably, like, first thing in the morning if I'm going to be, like, that needs to be, like, my coffee game. Like, okay, I'm going to have coffee and then play a horror game if I was going to stream them. Not because, like, oh, no, it's too dark at night. I'm going to be scared if I play it at night. But, like, it's, like, because I won't be entertaining to watch play a horror game while I cannot comprehend what is happening. F. Joliffe says, Joe playing horror would be more comedy. Unless I don't know what's going on, in which case it's just tragedy. Well, Pennsylvania Clover, I'm glad you took the time to enjoy the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Have I ever thought about visiting South America? I would love to. Right now, obviously not safe. Also, even once it is safe, like, I've never been able to afford to, like, take a vacation that long to, like, leave the country before. That's one of the things I'm hoping to change with being self-employed. But the thing about streaming is its revenue is very heavily tied to how often you stream. So taking 2 weeks off is also kind of a thing. Like, I don't have the savings built up to be able to, like, go on a vacation like that right now. Well, Maha Zero says, too tired to be scared. That would make a great character in a horror comedy show. Well, yes, but, like, also, like, oh, see, the fact that I can't explain this is, like, part of why it's not funny. Because, like, if you're just watching me try to, like, walk down a hallway and figure out what killed me 8 times, I'm like, wait, okay, so we walk down the hallway, what key do we need? Oh, boy, and then, like, I look up and I'm like, oh, it's game over again. Like, it's not scary, it's just kind of sad. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have to get, I have to schedule my second dose. And that's gonna probably be for early, or hopefully will be for early next month. So the first week of next month would be the second dose, and then that means, like, by the third week of next month, it would be fully active if I can get the appointment. Although I've heard that that's getting harder to book, so we'll see. Okay. So that reminds me, I actually do have to wake up extra early tomorrow morning. So I'm going to set those alarms now. Yay. Okay. Hey, Roco Loco, congrats on getting your first shot. Good luck. Okay. So we've removed that. And we need to set up like an overlook kind of over here. Good luck, Chef Nutmeg. Let's dump the extra iron. Okay. Hey, congrats, Tom Rostein. Glad to hear it. Okay. So we are getting to the end of the stream. And it looks like, let's see. My brother Sean is doing the Wheel of Songwriting. So if you enjoyed any of the songs that I've played on my stream the last basically few months, my brother is the one that writes and performs the arrangements for those. I do the songwriting, like the lyrics, but he does the like melodies and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and raid him tonight. Let's see here. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us. Thank you to everybody who tipped. Thank you to everybody who left a comment that was not incredibly terrible and required a timeout or ban. Until next time, y'all. This is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.